All right, so this is a rerun of today. So boom, boom, boom. We open up, we drop down into a discount. Right here, we got a 5-minute bearish crossover 1 for 2 into a discount. Is knifing down pretty hard without grabbing buy side liquidity. Yes, we are bearish macro, but we're in a discount. If we were opening in a premium, then we could sell without running the high. So at this point, we're scouting buys. We just grabbed the previous day low right here. This is discount of the previous week. There's a 1-minute 1 for 2, but we need a 1-minute 1 for 2 that gets hunted before we buy. Okay, here's another 1-minute 1 for 2, but notice at what time this is forming. 9 within the 950 candle. That means 955 could go bullish 1 for 2, which would be a bad time to be a buyer, so we can't take that. This is an uncapped old 5-minute gap. There's a new hunt. Okay. At this point, we can't sell. We're in a discount, double discount, so it's really only buys. It's just about waiting for the synchronization of the 1 minute with the 5 minute. So here comes a 1-minute 1 for 2, right? Small little ghost candle. You can ignore that. Low, lower low, higher low, boom. It engulfs all these candles, right? After hunting out 2. So 1, 2, 3. That's third time is the charm. We're below previous day low, right? So we buy. We can scale in once we're up 10 points. Okay, cool. Buy again, add 2 on. At this point in time, our take profit would go at this. We got this 5-minute gap right here, or we got this uncapped 1-minute gap here. Ultimately shoots up there. In doing so, it levels up on the 5-minute at a bad time, 10:05, bad time to be a buyer, right? The macro still is bearish, all in all. So we've just hit a premium array on the day. At least we're still discount, but on the current day range, we just came into this uncapped 1-minute gap. Okay, we hunted out this 1-minute bearish 1 for 2 right here. So that's some good volume right there. And here's another 1-minute 1 for 2. So back to back, we could take that in sync with the macro. Up 10 points, scale in. We got some uncapped gaps down here. I probably, because we're discount, only go for 50 out of this, because we'll be coming back into ultimately a buy gap. Yeah. Okay. So boom, 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 boom. Runs right for it. Cool. All right. So at that point, we got a good buffer on the day. We're up 5K. Nothing really here. No 1-minute 1 for 2s to take or anything like that. 1-minute 1 for 2 here off the 5-minute failed bullish 1 for 2. We could look at a 1-minute 1 for 2. However, we're now initiating a new sequence. We could sell these because we hunted this. We haven't hunted anything new with this new sequence, and then it could go bearish at a bad time, 10:55, right? So we can't short this as a continuation sell in sync with the macro because we're now back near previous day low in a discount. We still technically haven't really ran out buy side liquidity. So And if anything, now it fails to go bearish from a discount, which puts us back bullish. We just hunted out a 1 minute bullish 1 for 2 right here. And here's a 1 minute 1 for 2 right here. So we could take that same protocol up 10 points. We scale in. There we go. Now at this point, we're crossing into, the closure of the AM session. We're still taking a counter macro trade. We probably don't want to overstay our welcome going counter. We already had pretty much like 100-point expansion counter the macro. So chances are we've exerted ourselves bullish. Because we have a good profit on the day, we don't need to be greedy. This is where you start limiting your expectations. Instead of 50-point ranges, cut it in half, go for 25. Okay, boom. And you'll start seeing how price is moving in 25-point ranges now. Because now it's like, damn, I'm bear macro, but I haven't grabbed enough buy side liquidity to sell, but I'm too discount to just like not try to buy up, but trying to buy as counter. So we get the money price action at this point. The AM was pretty expansive, even though it was seek and destroy, which is going to lead to a choppy lunch, which would require us to limit our expectations even more so. Okay. Not really liking any of that price action. But we do now take note. Okay, we just hunted out 2 1 minute 1 for 2s. Low, lower, low, inside candle, boom. Low, lower, low, higher, low, boom. Right? We're failing to go bear. Here's this is kind of a ghost candle, not really a 1 for 2. And this is pretty much a 1 for 2. Yeah. Up 10 points. There we go. Boom. So we had our kind of like our lows, lower low, inside candle, higher low, closure. Probably could have got a better entry here. Stop at this low. We know this is the true 1 for 2 because that low doesn't get ran, right? And that was the follow-up 1 for 2 off of hunting these bullish 1 for 2s while it was failing to go 5 minute bearish 1 for 2, which ultimately kept us more bullish leading into the lunch session. Same thing, limit your expectation, 25 points, expecting it to be high resistant conditions, easy, right? Shoots up a little higher. Don't really like any of this price action ultimately. Maybe you submitted through this and held for higher prices, you would have got it. That's cool. I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth the exposure so much. So, not looking for any buys until the AM high, excuse me, any sells until the AM high gets ran, which is all the way up here. So we still haven't grabbed out buy side liquidity to warrant a sell in sync with the bear macro while we're in this discount. So, you know, it's still more buys than anything. But it's struggling to buy ultimately because now we're like carrying on throughout the day. We need to engineer more sell side liquidity to run out first. Here we are at 209. We had a failed attempt to go bear here at 155. High, higher high, lower high, fail, which kind of puts us bullish. And low, lower low, higher low. It's kind of a weak 1 for 2. Same thing. We got some weak 1 for 2s here. This is kind of valid. Low, lower low, higher. So we've done some hunts. We've done some hunts. What's the signature range here? Kind of small. Nice volume kicking in here though with this 1 minute 1 for 2. Could be worth a potential buy off of the 320 level. We kind of been struggling to stay above that and kind of reach to and through 350. Boom, boom. That one 125 right there kind of got away from us a little bit. And that pretty much closed the day out sideways from there. Did we end up run? Yeah, we ended up running the morning high. Ended up running the morning high and then got real real nasty in here. 2 o'clock gave a little bit of an expansion. 2 o'clock, which usually means 3 o'clock is gonna be choppy like that. So not even worth trying to find a setup in there. So understanding the conditions and the profiles at play, hour to hour, session to session, all come in to the equation. You got to factor it in. But nevertheless, still a 5K plus day. Ultimately, just trading 1-2 contracts at a time, and yeah, that's how you pick this day apart ultimately. So, we'll keep sharpening our axe to slice away at these days and ultimately pull a lot of money out the market, even if we just make it a 5K day, a 5K day, let alone 6-7K.